Welcome to today's video. Have you ever felt that life is just too noisy and busy, making it hard to find inner peace? Do you sometimes feel like you're always chasing big goals and forget about the small things that help you live better every day? If your answer is yes, then I have some great news for you today. In this video, we'll explore 5 small yet incredibly powerful habits rooted in Zen and Buddhist philosophy, that, when applied to your daily life, can bring you lasting peace, happiness, and success. You don't need to change everything overnight. Instead, it's about making small changes in the way you live, think, and act. We'll learn how to start each day in silence. Practice gratitude in small moments. Focus on one task at a time. Care for your body as an act of respect. And, finally, reflect before sleep. These habits are not just simple actions, they are profound practices that nurture your soul, improve your productivity, and help you live a more fulfilling life. So, let's dive into this journey of discovering these simple habits that hold the power to transform your life. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video from us. Let's begin this journey of change right now. Habit 1. Start your day in silence. In modern life, when everything around us is constantly noisy and full of pressure, many of us feel exhausted and lost. Work, family, relationships, or even societal expectations can create a whirlwind of stress, causing us to forget the importance of nurturing inner peace. That's why the first habit I want to share is, start each day in silence. This isn't just about avoiding external noise, it's an opportunity to turn inward, cleanse the soul, and prepare for a day filled with meaning. Zen teaches that silence is not the absence of sound, but the presence of awareness. This isn't simply a reminder about physical quiet, it's a call to return to ourselves, to listen deeply, and to explore what is truly happening in our minds and bodies. Silence here is not an escape from life but a way to face it fully and with completeness. Imagine, each morning, you pause before diving into your daily routine. You dedicate a few minutes to silence. Whether it's through meditation or simply listening to your own breath. There's no phone, no loud sounds from the outside world, just the stillness of the present moment. In that silence, you begin to reconnect with yourself. This is the foundation of peace. Zen's teachings on silence are not just about avoiding noise but learning to listen to the deeper currents within us. It's a reminder that when we are constantly bombarded with external stimuli, it becomes hard to hear our inner voice, which is often the most important. So, the practice of silence is a way to return to this core, to allow ourselves the space to process our thoughts and emotions without the distraction of the world. The story about the person seeking peace in silence illustrates the transformative power of stillness. A man seeking peace in a chaotic world went to meet a monk and asked, "How can I find peace in such a noisy world?" The monk did not answer immediately but gave him a bowl of murky water and said, "Look at this bowl and wait." As the water settled, the monk said, "Your mind is like this water. Only when you stop and allow your mind to settle, will you be able to see clearly." This story is not just a lesson in patience, but a reminder that in our busy lives, taking a moment to let our minds rest can work wonders. When our minds are scattered and overwhelmed with thoughts, it's difficult to see things clearly. But when we allow ourselves to pause and settle, we begin to see everything more clearly and with greater understanding. Personal reflection. In my own life, I've also sought peace externally, through success, relationships, or societal expectations. But I've realized that true peace does not come from these external factors, it comes from the quiet moments I carve out for myself each morning. When I start my day with just a few minutes of silence, whether through meditation or simply sitting still and breathing, I feel my mind clearing. Almost as though a layer of dust is being wiped away. It's during these moments that I feel connected to myself. And I'm able to face the day's challenges with calmness and clarity. Silence isn't something foreign or unattainable, it's a habit that can be practiced every day. And when you begin to cultivate this habit, you'll realize that not only does your mind become clearer, but life itself feels lighter and more meaningful. Just like the story of the murky water. When you allow yourself to pause in a noisy world, you'll find that you can see things more clearly. And you'll discover a peace that resides within. Life doesn't have to be perfect. And it's not wrong to take a few minutes each day to stop and listen to yourself. It's a way to restore your energy, regain balance, and truly live in each moment. So, I encourage you to start each day in silence and witness the incredible transformation that begins with small, simple habits. Habit 2, practice gratitude in small moments. In a world that often emphasizes the pursuit of big achievements, it's easy to overlook the small, everyday moments that truly shape our lives. We're taught to aim for grand successes, to chase after the big wins, and to focus on what's next, often at the expense of appreciating what we already have. The second habit I want to share with you is about a simple but powerful practice: practice gratitude in small moments. This habit may seem too simple to matter, but I can assure you, it has the power to transform your life. Gratitude is often misunderstood as being reserved only for the big, life-changing events. We express gratitude for promotions at work, buying a new house, or achieving a long-term goal. But in reality, true gratitude comes from noticing the small, often overlooked aspects of life: the warmth of the sun on your face, the sound of laughter in your home, the taste of a freshly brewed cup of coffee, or even the gentle rustling of leaves on a windy day. These small moments, when appreciated, become the foundation of a joyful, peaceful life. Consider the story of Steve Jobs, the visionary founder of Apple. Jobs is often celebrated for his incredible contributions to technology and business. But what many people don't know is that he had a profound appreciation for the simple things in life. Jobs once shared that his success wasn't just the result of technological breakthroughs, but also from his deep appreciation for the small, beautiful moments in life. He was known to take time out of his busy schedule to enjoy the feeling of sunlight, to relish the serenity of a cup of tea, or to marvel at the simplicity of nature. He didn't wait for big events to remind him of the value of life, he found it in the everyday things. Steve Jobs' life serves as a perfect example of how gratitude for the small things can shape a meaningful and fulfilling existence. In the same vein, there's a story of a young traveler who constantly felt that life was unfair to him. He was frustrated and believed that happiness was always just out of reach. One day, his guide handed him a seed and told him, "Plant this and water it every day. But each time you do, express one thing you are grateful for." Initially, the traveler struggled with this practice. His gratitude seemed forced and shallow, mentioning things like, "I'm grateful for the sun," or "I'm grateful for the rain," without much feeling. But as the days passed, something began to shift. He noticed more. The soft breeze, the laughter of a child, the scent of fresh flowers. He began to appreciate these small, often unnoticed moments of beauty. Over time, he realized that happiness wasn't about waiting for major life changes or successes, It was about focusing on the little things that made life special. This story reveals a profound truth: when we begin to express gratitude for small moments, we start to see our lives through a different lens. We shift our focus from what is lacking or what's wrong to what is good and beautiful right in front of us. In doing so, we not only cultivate a more positive mindset, but we also begin to attract more positivity into our lives. As the young traveler learned, happiness doesn't come from the extraordinary, it comes from learning to appreciate the ordinary. Personal reflection: practicing gratitude every day has deeply changed the way I experience life. It's easy to get caught up in the rush, always striving for something bigger and better. But by taking a moment each day to reflect on 3 things I'm thankful for, I find myself living more in the present and noticing the beauty that surrounds me. The simple act of acknowledging the small joys, whether it's the quiet peace of the morning, a kind word from a friend, or the satisfaction of completing a small task, brings so much more richness to my life. I've learned that true happiness isn't about waiting for something big to happen. It's about cherishing the small, beautiful moments that make up each day. Life isn't about the grand milestones, it's about those everyday moments that, when appreciated, make us feel whole. So, I encourage you to take a moment each day to practice gratitude. Start by noticing 3 things you're thankful for, no matter how small. It could be the warmth of your bed in the morning, the smile of a loved one, or simply the ability to breathe deeply. When we begin to notice these moments, we start to see the world differently. Gratitude, especially for the small things, changes everything. It makes life brighter, more fulfilling, and truly worthwhile. 3. Habit 3. Embrace single tasking. In the modern world, we often take pride in our ability to multitask. We browse the web while answering emails, check messages while watching TV, and even work while having conversations. It seems like being busy and handling multiple tasks at once is a sign of efficiency and success. However, when we delve into what Zen teaches, we realize that focusing fully on one task at a time is actually the key to achieving the best results in life. Zen teaches that full attention to a single task leads to much better outcomes than trying to juggle many tasks at once. When we scatter our attention, the quality of our work diminishes, and we feel more stressed because we cannot complete anything to our full potential. This is why the habit of focusing on one task is one of the most important habits we should cultivate. Here's a story of a student and a Zen master that clearly illustrates how focusing on one task at a time can bring better results. There is a story about a student who could not balance his life. He felt pressured because he had too many things to do at once. One day, the Zen master asked him to carry a cup of tea across a winding garden without spilling a drop. The student tried and tried, but could not manage. He was distracted by worrying about the path ahead and thinking of the other things he needed to do. Finally, the Zen master gently said, "Do not think about the end of the path. Just focus on the cup in your hand." When the student let go of his worries and focused entirely on the cup of tea, he succeeded in carrying it without spilling a single drop. This story reflects an important lesson: when we focus solely on what is right in front of us, we accomplish it better and reduce stress. The truth is, thinking too much about the future or worrying about other tasks while doing one thing will only cause us to lose focus, and the results will not meet our expectations. The student in the story learned that only when he focused on a single task could he succeed. Personal reflection: in the past, I was always proud of my ability to multitask. I believed that I could handle everything in my day without any difficulty. However, over time, I realized that multitasking didn't always lead to the best results. For example, when I read a book, I often checked my phone for messages or emails at the same time. As a result, I couldn't fully enjoy the reading experience, and I didn't retain much of what I read. One day, I decided to try practicing the habit of focusing on one task at a time. When I read, I put my phone away, turned off notifications, and concentrated solely on the book. After some time, I realized that this not only helped me understand the content more deeply but also made the reading experience more relaxing and enjoyable. I no longer felt distracted or stressed by having too many things to do at once. When I finished reading, I felt that I had truly accomplished something, rather than just getting through it. I also applied this principle to my work. When working, I no longer split my time between multiple tasks. I focus on one task at a time, whether it's writing a report or attending a meeting. When I devote my full attention to a single task, I find that I complete it faster and more effectively. Focusing on one thing at a time helps me feel less overwhelmed or stressed, and I can enjoy the process more. Through my own experiences, I've come to realize that the habit of focusing on one task at a time not only improves my work performance but also helps me find peace in life. By not worrying about other things, I can fully appreciate the present moment and achieve better results. Therefore, I encourage you to try incorporating this habit into your daily life. Choose one task at a time and focus entirely on it. See for yourself how much better you can accomplish when you allow your attention to stay undistracted. You'll be surprised at the difference it makes. 4. Habit 4. Nurture your body as an act of respect. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to neglect our bodies in the pursuit of success, responsibilities, and obligations. We push ourselves to the limit, working long hours, eating unhealthy meals on the go, and ignoring the signs of fatigue. We often forget that the body is not just a vessel to carry us through life but a sacred tool that holds the mind and spirit together. The fourth habit that Zen teachings emphasize is to care for your body as an act of respect. In Buddhism, the body is seen as a temple, a sacred vessel that houses the mind and spirit. Without a healthy body, we cannot achieve mental clarity or spiritual growth. This concept aligns with a famous saying from Thich Nhat Hanh, one of the most revered Zen masters: taking care of the body is taking care of the mind. These words remind us that physical health and mental health are not separate, they are deeply interconnected. Just as we cannot expect a house to stand without a solid foundation, we cannot expect a peaceful mind without a healthy body. The story of Thich Nhat Hanh's wisdom. Thich Nhat Hanh often shared his belief that mindfulness is not limited to meditation or prayer but extends to every aspect of our lives, including how we treat our bodies. In his teachings, he emphasized that taking care of the body is not just about physical exercise or eating the right foods, but it is about being mindful of every action that involves the body. In one of his talks, Thich Nhat Hanh shared a story about his own practice of mindfulness. He recalled how, in his younger years, he would push himself too hard while meditating and practicing the teachings. One day, he realized that his body felt exhausted, and his mind was no longer as sharp. It was then that he understood the body is a sacred vessel, and neglecting it would hinder his spiritual progress. From that point on, he began to treat his body with more respect, incorporating simple practices like mindful walking, eating, and even breathing, all of which nourish the body and mind. In another instance, Thich Nhat Hanh illustrated the importance of taking care of the body through the practice of walking meditation. He explained that when we walk mindfully, we not only take care of our physical health but also cultivate mental peace. He taught his students to walk as if they were kissing the earth with their feet, bringing full awareness to each step. This practice not only strengthens the body but also enhances mental clarity, providing a deeper connection with the present moment. Personal reflection. I have come to realize that neglecting my body leads to a decline in both my physical and mental well-being. There was a time when I, like many others, believed that pushing through fatigue and stress was a sign of strength. I would work long hours without taking breaks, skip meals, and avoid sleep, all in the name of productivity. I thought I could rely on my willpower to power through difficult situations. But soon, I began to notice the toll it was taking on my health and my mind. It was during this time that I started practicing yoga and paying more attention to what I was eating. The transformation was remarkable. As I began to nurture my body with nourishing food, proper rest, and mindful movement, I noticed my energy levels increased. I no longer felt drained by the end of the day. More importantly, my mind became clearer, and I felt more present in my daily activities. When my body is healthy, my thoughts are sharper, my emotions are more balanced, and I am more at peace with myself. What I've learned from this experience is that taking care of the body is not just about aesthetics or fitness, it's a form of self-respect. When I care for my body, I am honoring the life force within me. This practice is essential for maintaining mental clarity and emotional stability. Without a healthy body, my ability to be present in the moment, connect with others, and pursue my goals would be severely compromised. By incorporating simple habits such as eating mindfully, exercising regularly, and getting enough rest, I have experienced a deeper sense of well-being. I now view my body as a temple that deserves care and respect. It's no longer something I push to its limits but something I cherish and nurture, knowing that it is the foundation of my physical, mental, and spiritual health. Underscore 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 underscore. 5. Habit 5. Reflect before sleep. In our fast-paced, modern world, the end of the day is often filled with exhaustion, and we might find ourselves falling into bed without giving a second thought to the events of the day. Many of us spend our nights in a blur of thoughts, emotions, and concerns, only to wake up the next morning to repeat the same hectic routine. But what if we could use our evenings as an opportunity to reflect and grow? To learn from our experiences and make each day a stepping stone toward becoming the best version of ourselves. The final habit that Zen philosophy teaches us is reflecting before sleep. This practice not only helps us process our day but also provides a deep sense of understanding and awareness. It allows us to look inward, recognize patterns in our behavior, and learn from both our successes and our mistakes. The act of reflection before sleep is a moment of stillness, where we can step away from the noise of the world and reconnect with our true selves. A Zen master's reflection by lantern light. To illustrate the power of reflection, let's turn to a story from Zen tradition. There was a Zen master who, at the close of every day, would sit by his lantern and ask himself two simple yet profound questions. What have I done well today? And where can I improve? These questions might seem ordinary, but they served a powerful purpose. By taking the time to reflect on his actions, the Zen master cultivated a deeper awareness of his thoughts and behaviors. which allowed him to live more mindfully and peacefully. The lantern, which represented clarity, would illuminate his mind, enabling him to see his day with greater understanding. This ritual helped him approach each day with humility and a desire to grow. This practice of reflecting on the day before sleep is not only a way to review our actions but a means to let go of the day's frustrations, regrets, or anxieties. It creates a space for us to release any emotional or mental clutter, offering a sense of closure and calm before we rest. Personal insight: how reflection transformed my life. I, too, have adopted this habit into my nightly routine. At first, it felt like a small and insignificant change. But over time, I realized that these few minutes of reflection before bed have had a profound impact on my life. I now take a moment each night to jot down my thoughts, feelings, and reflections in a journal. Sometimes it's about something I did well, like handling a difficult situation with patience. And other times it's about something I could have done better, such as being more present with a loved one. What I've come to appreciate about this practice is how it helps me understand myself better. By reflecting on my actions, I've learned to recognize patterns that I may not have noticed during the busyness of the day. I now see how my reactions, both positive and negative, are tied to my thoughts and beliefs. And this awareness empowers me to make conscious changes. Reflection also brings a sense of peace. It's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of life. But taking a moment to pause, acknowledge my feelings, and accept my flaws gives me a sense of closure. It's like closing a book at the end of the day, knowing that I've done my best and that tomorrow is a new chapter. This simple habit of reflecting has allowed me to improve little by little, every single day. It's a practice of kindness to myself, where I can forgive my mistakes and celebrate my victories, no matter how small they may be. It's a way to end each day with gratitude and a sense of peace, knowing that, no matter what, I am always growing. As we've seen through these 5 simple yet powerful habits, each one has the potential to improve ourselves and help us live a more meaningful life. First, starting each day in silence allows us to create a quiet space to connect with ourselves, setting a peaceful tone for the day and clearing our minds. Next, practicing gratitude in small moments helps us recognize the beauty in simple things, nurturing happiness and contentment in our lives. Focusing on one thing at a time not only increases our productivity but also brings harmony and presence to each moment, improving the quality of our life. By taking care of our body as an act of respect, we nourish our physical health and enhance our mental clarity. Lastly, reflecting before bed is a habit that allows us to look back, learn from our mistakes, and grow each day, bringing peace and readiness for the new day. These 5 habits share a common theme: they help us live fully in each moment, learn from ourselves, and continuously improve. In today's fast-paced and stressful world, practicing these habits is a way for us to reconnect with ourselves, seek peace, and find deeper meaning in everything we do. Remember, every small change in your daily habits will create a big difference in your life. You don't have to change everything at once. Simply start with one small habit and practice it consistently each day. These habits will be the key to achieving peace, happiness, and sustainable personal growth. If you found these habits helpful and want to discover more videos on how to live a meaningful life, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on valuable insights. Join me on this journey of self-discovery and personal development. I wish you a meaningful journey, always finding peace in each step you take.